Welcome to Stephen Johnson Stocks. Very quick video because I'm really behind because I've been working from the other job full time. I just got promoted and I'm working a lot more, so I'm behind on this stuff. But I'm green on the month so far. I'm green on the week, green on the day, and I've got a very fucking good solution. And I'll get to it now in the Excel. And we haven't seen this for a while, but I was thinking I need to get back into the habits that made me successful. June I've lost track on. I'll go back and fix it at some point and fill out the details. But I mean, July I'm up like 120 bucks. May and June were just catastrophic, and I've been really up and down. Like where I had this consistency, this 4 green months, then I had the catastrophic 2 months, and then I kind of made it back over March and April, and then in May I was up like 4 grand really running. And then I turned a 4 grand profitable month or something, or a 4 grand profitable month into a 4 grand negative month, and then I lost a good 2 or 3 grand in June as well. Um, or maybe more, maybe four. So I really like fucked up. But when you look in hindsight, you kind of like, I know the red months are bigger than the green months, but I had some consistency, lost discipline, had some consistency, then lost discipline. And now I've been constantly looking for ways to fix it, and then I come across it just putting a max loss on my broker, and my max loss now is like 200 bucks, and then obviously with stoppage I got stopped out 230. So refunded an account, small account, two grand. It's up to like 2.1 or something. You know, it was 1.9 account, and so obviously I'm up 120 on it, so it's a 2k account or whatever now, and just trying to get it to 3 and to 4. But the thing with me is when I'm running well, I'm like green 4 days out of 5, 4 days out of 5, 4 days out of 5. And then obviously if I take a massive loss, I'm just fucked and it fucks me confidence. Like one loss leads to another loss. But I've got a stop loss on my account, max loss of 200 bucks. So if I'm winning 4 days out of 5, then even if I do have one red day, that's 200 bucks. I'm always going to come back the next day and have another 400, 500, 600, $700 green day. And it's like, why didn't I think of this ages ago? Because when I take the big loss, that's what causes other big losses because I try and make it back. But if I just take a small $200 loss and it cuts us out, then I'm always going to be able to recover because like I'll be pissed off. I can't trade the day. I broke my rules. I broke my max loss. But I'm always going to come back fresh the next day and go for that $300, $400, $500 win. And if I'm winning even 3 days out of 5, as long as I'm making say a couple 200, 300, 400, 3 days out of 5, and I'm only losing 200 on the days I lose, I'm a profitable trader. And then all I need to do is apply my discipline rules after that, which is here and say, right, I've got this week. I think my max loss on my account is 250 or it's 200, but sometimes slippage takes it to 220. So basically, let's say this is 200. I cannot hit my max loss ever. I've got to stop out personally myself before I hit my max loss. And if I can do that, I'll just contact the broker and say make the max loss 500. Then I'll be going for a max loss of 500 to make 1500, or say 500 to make 1,000, 2 to 1. And right now I'm risking 200 to make 350, 400, 450 on a good day. Sometimes on a great day, 600. But turning things around, things are good. I'm really, really, really working just to get above this bit. So when I've done it today, I'm not trading anymore. I've got 4 more days to go, and I finally feel that. And it was fucking Tim Sykes told us at the very start. I ignored him, but I really had to scale right back down, work through my discipline, rebuild it, and go from the ground up. And nice to share a little live trade with you guys now. I'm short. I'm unrealized like $6. I'm up 345 on the day. I've got a stop on BNTC at 383. So basically, if I can talk you through it, I mean, I'm just risking off this consolidation area here. I kind of bottomed here, and it's struggling to make a new high. It's been in this kind of downward channel. It looks like it's going to snap on the level 2 here. So I mean, it had this spike, but it's really been in this downtrending channel all the way. So I've seen this pattern before where it follows this channel and then it just snaps. And I think what we're about to see is this snap here. I mean, I'm down $6, but I'm in a couple of $1,000. So I'm hoping just this 70 level is going to snap and we'll see it run down to the 50s. But if I can just give you some kind of background on it, BNTC at the time, I mean, it is at kind of multi-year highs, but every time it spikes, you've got spike fail, spike fail, spike fail, spike fail. And it generally, the last time it spike failed, it did it on like a lot of volume. So I thought as long as it doesn't trade as much volume as it did the last time, we should be good for it to kind of have the same result. This big fail where it gives back a lot of its gains. And while the news was a kind of a decent contract win, I think I'd rather look at the previous history of the chart and think it's more likely to fail than to run. And we're just seeing if it comes through this channel. It might not. It might break above. But like I say, I'm risking probably if it goes into the 82s, I'll probably lose 30, 40 bucks. But if it goes down into the 50s, 40s, then like it's kind of risking. I'm in at like 70. What's my average? I'm in from 370, so I'm risking 10 cents to make 20, 30 cents if it goes down to the 50s or the 40s. And based on the chart pattern in the chart history, it's more likely, I think, to go down to the 50s than it is to the 80s. But I might be wrong. It's very important to have a stop there. I'm $36 down now, and if it breaks through the 80s, I'm out. Could test the 80s, yeah. Back down, yeah. I think I could be out, yeah. Could be a $40 loss, but I'll still be up around 300 on the day. So let's just keep going. Let's see what happens. Maybe I should be giving myself a slightly wider stop, but I'm gonna accept the $40 loss. I'll take the 300 on the day. The stop's in because I can't trust myself half the time. Even if it flips above and comes back down, it's fine. I'll just take the loss. We tested the 380, we tested the 379s. It kind of nothing really happened. So I'm seeing if we can crack the 370s. Yeah, there's the 375s gone. We're down to the 370s. You can see that there's a couple of thousand at 370, which is a little bit of resistance, and there's not much on the ask. So it might not crack right away, but at least I'm only down 12 bucks now. And if it does crack, I'll probably be, like I say, putting orders. I'll probably put like a little order in for 355, probably cover the rest 345. But I expect that it'll really crack because it's like pushed and then channel down. You've got dip buyers. But once the dip buyers, like all these hundreds of thousands of dip buyers, give up, then they all have got to sell. So that's like hundreds of thousands of dip buyers, hundreds of thousands of shares gone. And the longer it doesn't test this 375, really the better. But I'm not gonna ever cover. Like, yes, maybe another test of the 379s. See if it steps up again. Another test of the 380s. It could push through. Dip buyers might get away with it here, and I will just take the loss. But we're really in a channel where it could go either way. 1500 through at 378. Looks like it, normally when that happens, a big bid went through, which is a little bit scary. Let's see what happens. We've got some volume here, a bit more volume than normal. It is trying up. We've got 1,000 at 378. That's not the best sign for me. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's going to be like a $50, $60 loss, but I'm right next to me stop. It's really struggling to bounce properly. I just hope it doesn't break through the 380s, hit 383, and then slam down to the 350s, 340s, which might happen. Yeah, here's a test of the 380s, very slight, but it's quite strong, but I'm in quite a big share size, so I'd rather just take like a $60 loss maybe. It's a shame. Oh, we're trying to battle off. We're battling back down to the 375s. 375s go. That 378 bid failed. 379's now on the ask again. 371 on the bid. You can see here. You've just got to wait it out. It's kind of a patience thing. But it's nice to see, 380's testing again. Now that 380 failed, 380 tests again. 60 bucks down now, I think I'm going to get stopped out, which is good. Yeah, I'm stopped out. So I ran up through the 384s, dip buyers when it's pushing up. Huge 320,000 there. And I'm quit, I'm done for the day. So I made, let's have a look. 250 bucks on the day. I was up 320, so I lost 70 overall there. But I'll take the 250 on the day. Cheers, big ears. Nice to be green on the month. Nice to be starting to track things in detail again. I really think that things are coming back. I really think with a max loss in place, it's going to pretty much eradicate all of me discipline problems. And you know what it is? I could hit me max loss tomorrow and the day after, and I'll end up like down 100 or up 100 on the week overall, but it really doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us, and eventually I'm going to get it. So cheers, big ears. I'm going to do the podcast, so I have to rush. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with us through my shit, miserable fucking attitude as I lost and lost and lost. We are rebuilding, baby.